This is TurnOn's training series, and we're going to go over putting images into an instant sales system capture site. Of course, you need to look at the capture site video first. Then you can use this video to actually customize the sites that you're building in that system. Obviously, if you're not involved with the instant sales system, no point in spending the 20 minutes to watch this video. Using simple code, you can add pictures, video, and more to your instant sales system site. You can find out more about that at philipjstone.com/instant_sales_system. That will get you into the system. You can actually try it free for 30 days. Let me show you exactly how all that works. Let's go to the video. Okay, here we are on the landing page, the admin section of the instant sales system. And what we're going to do here, the primary objective of this whole thing is to show you how to actually put images into the custom templates that they have. So we're going to go to websites, create lead capture page, click on that. Okay, so let's scroll down. Lots of custom templates here. This one is completely customizable, all HTML code. This one we're going to use right now. I've played with this one a lot, very effective. You can try any of these. As a matter of fact, you can toggle back and forth later on. So let's do that. We're going to click choose, because we don't need to view it. And we're going to call this Turn On Test. Show the survey. Well, of course, that's where people register. All we want here is the first name and email. That's all I'm going to worry about right now. Yeah, let's, what the heck, let's put phone, and we won't make it mandatory. The more things you ask of people, the less likely they are to actually register. Autoresponder campaign, we'll do that later. Not going to worry about it. We can always come back here and edit this. So neat thing about it. Now, here's an important thing. I'm not going to use one of the domains I have in this. I'm just going to use a subdomain. I'm going to take the accountexecsystem.com and create a subdomain. All I have to do is put on in a name here. turnon.accountexecsystem.com would be the actual website address. Since this is just a test, I don't have to be fancy with this. Now, where do you want prospects to go after completing the survey? Well, where I want them to go in this particular thing is to another website. It's to turnon.com. Would I like to have bonuses? Well, we could put them in. We could see what they look like. Maybe we wouldn't like them. I don't know. I'm going to leave this out for right now. No, I'm not going to worry about the SEO, the search engine optimization, description, and keywords. We can talk about that at another point. Now, the submit button, instead of calling it submit, because sometimes people don't like to submit, I'll just put in let me know more. Save the changes. Aweber settings, we're not going to deal with that, so we'll continue to skip Aweber. That's another website, another system. Don't need that here, really. Submit. I'm submitting. Okay, this is where I wanted to go. Now, the way this sets up, if you watch some of the other tutorials, step A is your heading, B is step A, B. So this thing is a diagram that shows you what you're doing over here. So, for example, the headline, we see it says your headline goes here. If I change this, this is going to change. This field is going to change on the site that I create. Now, let me show you something really important. You see this button, source? When I click on that, I'm now looking at the source code. This is the source code that's required to make it look like that. Well, what I want to do is I want to do something completely different here. I'm going to take the source code out. And by the way, if you're ever afraid of erasing source code and you think, oh my God, what if I erase it? What am I going to do? Just highlight it like that. Control C to copy it if you're on a PC like I am. And then Control V, paste it on a notepad or something. And if you need to go back and put it back in, you've saved it. You haven't lost the whole thing. Okay? So we're going to just delete that. Now, let's go to this site. Now, let's say that I wanted to create a site similar to this in the instant sales system. I'm not going to be able to get it to be exact, no way, but I'll show you a couple things. If I double click on this and it's a picture, oftentimes it will open. Right now it's not opening. This one will be easier. We'll do this one later. Let me show you how this works. If I go and I right click on that and I look at view source, there's the source code. Slide this over so you can see it. There's the source code for that entire web page. Now what I need to do is scroll down here until I can find the first JPEG. See, I want to find something that's going to be a website address because that's where the picture is actually being stored. But I don't want XML on the end of it. I don't want a .com. Let's see what we got. Here we go. JPG. TurnOnDrink.com. Uploads, crop, turn on, love, header. So this is the header. Okay. So if I copy this, just the URL itself, not the parentheses or anything, but the entire URL itself, Control C. Now I go back to my admin panel and Control V, and that's actually the source. But that's not going to be enough to get me this picture up in my header up here. I need to add some other HTML code. Now I keep the stuff that I use all the time on an index card. First thing I'm going to add is a less than sign. Then I'm going to be looking for an image, so it's IMG space, and then I'm going to talk about where I'm going to get it. The source, the SRC equals quotation marks, and then the URL that I just had. And then at the end of that, quotation marks. And now I have to stop and end that command. So the end of a command is a / and the greater than sign. Now if I do that, I click on this, well, you see the image is right there. It's actually shown up. So let's go down to the bottom of this page here and save this. And we don't want to really be dealing with the video location right now. Let's go right to the review. We'll view what it is. And, well, there it is, but obviously it's a little large, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to close this up. Go back to our admin area here. Come on, get on. And we're going to go back and edit text again. And what we'll do, we'll go back to source. We're going to have to tell it how big it is. We're going to have to say something about how big it is. So let's do it right after we'll do the space. Right in here, we'll just specify the width. So I put in right after this, right after the JPG and then the quotation marks, I left a space. Then I put in width equals quotation marks 620 quotation marks before that end of the command. I've used this before, obviously, so I know this is going to work. That 620 is 620 pixels wide. So if I go down to the bottom of this and I save those changes, skip the video, go to review, go to view, and there it is, right there. Now there's a whole bunch of other things here that I can change, a whole bunch of things I can put in. So let's close this up, go back to the edit text again. See each one of these sections. Section B, if I scroll down a little bit here, Section B, which is the subheading, I can put source in here too, or I can even just take that out if I choose. Say I just take this out and eliminate it. Bang. Now, show specific date. I don't really want to have that in there. I'm going to take that out, and I'm not going to have who it's from. Don't need to have it be coming from me. Now, this is the center. You see right here, the center part, right there? You can do whatever the heck you want in there. Let me show you something funny, okay? Let's just leave this right now, and let's move to the next step. And this is where you would get a video. Now, let's say you want to use a video from their video library. See the videos, but let's say you want to do it with YouTube. Save the changes, move to the next step, and there's a box that I can put the YouTube video in. Let me show you how to get that. Okay, I'm on youtube.com, and in the search box, if I put in Turn On Love, and look, it's giving me the response for Turn On Love. I want Turn On Love. I wasn't kidding. There we go. Well, let's see here. We'll just go to the channel. We'll go to the Turn On Love channel. Now, I know when I scroll down here that this video is a short video, put it together for a capture site. Doesn't have any contact information. So let's click on turn on. And let's turn it off so you don't have to listen to me talk more. And right below the video is a little button that says share. Click on share. This is the actual URL of video. We want to take the embed code. Scroll down a little bit so you can see this. There's the embed code. I don't want to have anything checked here. So this is going to give me the embed code. See the 420 width, the height 315. That's that size. I could actually change the size if I wanted. Now, I can tell you, just because of what we just did, if I did 640, it's too wide. Let's say I wanted to have this thing be the full width of that frame. And just to give it a little space, I'll make it 610 pixels. 610 by 443 is the size that this is going to be. We can always just type in the different sizes right here and replace that. And we can change the size just by replacing those things. But let me do this. Let me highlight that, Control C to copy it, and let's go to the admin page right here, and I can put the video right in there. Control V, and the video will show up. If I want to click Start My Video Automatically, bang, I can do that as well. Let me show you another thing, and what I'm going to do right now, let me bring up my notepad, and I'm going to save this, Control V on my notepad. Minimize that, because we're not going to do this right now. I'm going to show you how to do something different. Even though this says that it's set up for a video, we're not going to use a video. We're going to go back to this, and instead of doing all the rigmarole that we had to do the first time, see this picture? When you put the cursor over this picture, move it off of it for a second, see how the title comes up? It shows you that that's a picture. If I double click on it, the picture comes up, and it actually is going to show me the location of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this, and I'm going to Control C and copy that. That is the location of this picture. Go to my admin, put it in here, Control V. That's the location of the picture. Now, if I want, remember what we had to do before? Less than, IMG, SRC equals, quotation marks. And just because I know that it's going to be too big, we'll specify the width and then end the command, and we'll save those changes, and let's view it. There it is. So you got a nice header, you got a nice picture here. We could have put a video there. Here's our registration box. Say whatever you want right here. What do we want to do right there? Well, I'll tell you what, let's just take this out, leave the registration box right here, just for the heck of it. We'll take the site presented by away as well. So let's close our little review, and let's go back to edit text. Subheading, we don't have any heading in there. We could put something in there if we wanted to. Now remember what we did is we put the video actually shows up in this area. So what if we put something in here? We could put copy in here. Turn on is the best. And we could center that. And here's something we could do too if we wanted to. We'll do enter. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the source code here. Style, text align, center. And so this is what's telling this to set all this up. So we're going to go to our notepad. Now I'm going to do Control A, which will highlight everything there. Control C, which will copy it. Minimize that. And right here, Control V. And that's where the video is, right? So let's slide down and save this. And let's just go right to the review and view. And look what we've got. Turn on is the best, and then there's the video. And then there's the picture. And then there's the registration box. We just put the video in there. Simple as that. Remember, we sized it correctly? If we had sized it at 620, it would have lined up perfectly with this. You see, each one of these fields can be played with exactly like that. Edit text. See, we use the source to put all that stuff in here. Scroll down a little further. We hid this and hid that. So whatever you want right here. We could put copy in here, whatever we want. We can just remove this if we want to, just eliminate it. Same thing. We could put copy down here if we want to. We have to have a PS. We can talk about Turn On and what a great product it is. Let's say that we wanted to go to the Turn On Drink site. We'll go to the site itself. Let's say we wanted to put some of this copy in there. Right to the edge of it. Highlight all the copy. I'm just holding my button down. Control C. I've got it. Now, go to the admin page and Control V. And all my copies right there. And let's kill this. Save changes. Go to review. Let's see what it looks like now. Okay, so now we got our header. We got the video we put in. We got the picture we put in. We got the registration box we put in. Presented by still in there. And then all of the copies on the bottom. Let's say we don't want the presented by. Easy enough. We close out our review when we're reviewing this. The drop downs kind of drive me crazy here. But we do that. Now let's go back to edit text. Display site presented by box. No, we don't want to do that. We're going to keep all this the same. Let's say we wanted it down on the very bottom here. We wanted to put that header again. Well, if we go up here into source and we just hit our cursor in here and then hit Control A, and that highlights everything in there. Control C copies it. And then we'll go down to the bottom. We know it is going to work perfectly here. Hit source. See how this kind of fades out a little bit. Cursor right in here. Control V to paste it. Go back. See, there's Turn On again. So we save the changes. Let's go to review. Let's take a look at it. Now the site's got the header. It's got the video. Got the picture. The registration place. A bunch of stuff about Turn On. And then the tail at the bottom. See how simple that is? It's a piece of cake. You can do all kinds of things like this. And by the way, if we don't like this, tomorrow we can make a change. We can put the video in a different spot. Show you something real cute. Close off that. We'll go to edit text. We'll go down to the video. Say we really wanted that video to be just as wide as the rest of it. And it says height. If I change this, I'm going to change the sequence. So let me just change it just for the heck of it. Just this one little bit isn't going to change much. Let's keep it like that. And scroll to the bottom. Save changes. Review. View. See, it's 620. Lines up perfectly with the head. All kinds of things you can do with this. I mean, we could play around with this all day long here. Just play with it. Feel comfortable with it. You can't hurt a thing. Okay, here's a review real quick. Here's that code we used in the video, just in case you didn't get it. The less than sign, no space, then IMG, then a space, then SRC equals. And then you've got the actual site location of the picture. Then the / and the greater than sign to end that command. If you want to change the size of the image for the site, here's the width code. Really very simple. XXX would be the number of pixels. And as an example, in that video, we used 620. If you have to adjust the height, same thing. Height equals. So if you needed to put those two pieces in that piece of code, you put it right there. Just get a space first. So it's going to look like that at the very end. Quotation marks, then the space, then the width, and then the space, and then the height, and then the / greater than sign to end that command. So there you go. Have fun with it. Don't worry, you can't mess it up. You can go back in and change anything at any point in time. See you on the next video.